my lovelies, and welcome to my channel. This is Leanne from Resin Creations, and I hope you all doing well. It's gonna be another quite long video as I gonna attempt make my very first Cove and sea creation. So I have this frame that I got from Amazon, and it is a set of 3, so I already used the 2 smallest ones, and now it's time for the biggest one. And yeah, here I start by mixing up my Sculptamold. It's the material that I will use to build up my landscape in this piece. So now I am going in with my fingers and start to build up the cove and the beach. So I need to be mindful how I build it. I need to have a very clear picture in my head where everything's going to go, how much resin gonna raise. I need to plan everything in advance. And this material I really enjoy working with. It's fantastic for this kind of project. I absolutely love it. And even without trying too hard, it comes out already like terrain-like with the texture, and I feel that most of the time the ground around us is not perfect anyway, so I don't need really to work on it that much to give the right look for the, for example, cove. So I'm just building up the scene slowly. And yeah, I'm nearly done with that. So after that, I am leaving this piece for a couple days to completely to dry out, and then I come back and add some paint. So the paint job is finished, and the next step is to add some greens, and I have few different types that I will be adding to this piece. This one is called underbush, so I am mixing it together with just a regular PVA glue, and I'll start to just take a little by little and put them in the places that I think will be good for them. So I'm just building up my landscape, try to make it more realistic. And this is my other type of grass that is very thin, like a powder-like texture green. And also I decided to add PVA glue and just put the places where I think it will look good. But probably next time I won't mix it with glue. I'm just gonna put glue down and then sprinkle it over, because I noticed that the glue was dyed green as well. So this grass product is bleeding green color. And I already start to like how this piece is looking. I think I am doing a good job. So, to the resin. I am using, as usual, my 3 colors for the seawater. I mixed my resin. This time I used Glass Cast 3, as it is a thick resin, and for this kind of works projects it's best to use a thicker resin. And I'm adding little by little color. I don't want to get it too opaque. So I'm just going really careful and try not to mess it up. And here is my white. Also, I just literally need a little splash of white. And so I mixed about 10-15 milliliters of it. And as clumsy as I can be sometime, I didn't have the courage to pour the resin directly there in this little space. So I took this pipette and just started to work with resin with pipette. And probably you noticed that there are little palm trees sitting in this piece. So yes, I took time off camera and just drilled a few holes and added these little palm trees that I purchased as well of Amazon. It's a mix of bigger palm trees and smaller, and the smaller ones were great for this piece. So I noticed that my resin wasn't opaque enough, so I decided to add a little bit of pigment. And here I'm starting to build up my sea. So I try to go darker blue outside and then lighter blue and green on the shallow water. I did wait for about 20 minutes so the resin kind of thickened up, and then I started to work on the wave. I'm trying to line down the thinnest white line I can. And I thought that the heat gun is going to be too strong, and I decided to try to make waves with straw. So blowing my breath and try to achieve waves. But shortly I was noticing that the result, I'm not really liking it. So I took the heat gun and I tried to go carefully and make the waves look better. I'm still not really good with making waves the way how I like, but in this piece I think I did a good job, and I create some cells and I really like the end result. So here I'm going again in with white because I think it's not quite enough, and blowing it out slowly and carefully. So the plan was to make some wavy texture inside the Cove. So I waited for about 5-6 hours, and with my silicone brush went in and poked the resin around, and this would create kind of wavy look. But it was really challenging because I was checking on it every 10 minutes, and every 10 minutes the effect was gone. So I was literally running downstairs every 10 minutes for an hour until I got fed up. So now the resin is cured and it is quite wavy, but because I went and disturbed the resin so many times, I got some dust in it that cured, and of course it wasn't a good look. So instead to save it, I decided to go to Mod Podge and apply a tiny layer and blow it out, and this would make the water in the Cove look that it has a little movement and hide all the dust particles that has cured into the resin. And also the last piece that I wanted to add was these turf patches randomly here and there. They're nice because they come on sticky sheet, so you just place them where you fancy and they stick to that place. And here it is, already and finished piece. And I must say I am in love. I absolutely adore this piece. I think it's absolutely perfect. So I hope you found this video useful and entertaining. Please let me know by leaving comment down below. But for now, I'm saying goodbye. Keep creating. Until next time. Bye.